77 WABC and Bergen Newbridge Medical Center honor the life of legendary broadcaster and our friend, Ernie Anastas.
Hi, it's Ernie Anastas. You know, your thoughts can affect how you feel. Bergen Newbridge Medical Center is the largest hospital in New Jersey, providing comprehensive, equitable, compassionate, and high-quality emergency inpatient and outpatient medical care, plus mental health services and substance use disorder treatment. The Bergen Newbridge team can address your total health needs in one convenient location. Call 201-225-7130 for an appointment or newbridgehealth.org.
Excuse me! Taxi!
What are you doing? This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Robert Clotworthy, a great broadcaster, the finest narrator on television, the narrator of Ancient Aliens and the Curse of Oak Island and the Curse of, what is it, Civil War gold? All of this cursed gold. How do you feel about perpetuating these satanic curses, Robert?
Hey, listen, it pays the rent.
Yeah, that's a huge house.
It's all good. It's all good.
Now, how do you feel?
I'm really excited about tomorrow.
Go ahead, talk about it. Go ahead.
No, I'm just, when you reached out to me today, I immediately started doing a little bit of research, contacting some people that I know, and it's like the night before. I don't know what this is going to be. Certainly, potentially, not just life changing for everybody on the planet, but it's just going to be possibly the greatest, most impactful moment in human history. I was listening to your interview with Ross, and he said, don't get too excited. The information is probably not going to be leaked out completely. It's just going to be crumbs on the side of the plate. But even that, I think, is going to be fascinating. And I'm interviewing a fellow or a friend of mine on Saturday who is in the know. He's worked in the government for close to 60 years, recently retired, NSA, Homeland Security, CIA, military, all that. And he has got some fascinating information about UAPs and aliens, and it'll be fascinating to discuss this with him. So I'm excited, and I know everybody with Ancient Aliens is excited. I can't imagine what it's like at Giorgio's house right now. I don't think he's going to get any sleep tonight.
Because regardless of how much is released, the fact that any is being released proves that the government does have this information, that there is extraterrestrial technology or beings involved with our planet. If they just released one thing and said, yes, we don't know what this is extraterrestrial, it would, whatever we then speculate on from that point on is playing off a fact and not pure fantasy.
And it's going to be, I think, quite humbling to think that not only are we not alone, but that there are entities out there that are far more advanced than we are, that we are no longer, the top dog, the alpha anymore. It's. I think that's going to be probably the most, how would I put it, unknown effect it's going to happen to people. I mean, we're all excited. It'll be interesting. It'll be fascinating. But what happens the day after when you start thinking about it? It's going to be quite interesting and fascinating to see how we as people react to this.
There was a report, don't know if it's true, that came out earlier this week that religious leaders from around the country were invited to Washington to get a preview of what was going to be shown, to determine how to present it to their congregations, and to speculate on what impact it will have on our relationship with God. And I will always remember what Eric von Däniken said about that. Eric von Däniken said, "This makes God bigger."
Yeah, I would agree with Eric on that. I read that same article today, and I found it to be quite fascinating because they were also saying that not only is the information going to go out, but there are going to be some videos as well as of not just spacecraft, alien spacecraft, but also quite possibly of aliens. And I think that's true. And I think that's kind of what my guess is, what Steven Spielberg is going to be addressing in his movie that's coming out, not quite coincidentally, in just a couple of weeks. The question is, if we're not alone, what does it mean about God? And I agree with Eric. It just makes God greater.
The only thing I wonder about is, will it become clear to us why this material has not been released years ago? Is it going to show, oh my gosh, thank God they didn't release it years ago? Or is it going to be clear that it's for strategic reasons relative to China and Russia, or for economic reasons relative to which major corporations would like to buy this technology?
I'm thinking quite possibly it's all of the above.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be just one reason. Well, let's say, for example, that, we have this alien technology that is so powerful that we could basically do anything that we want. Certainly, that's something you want to protect. It's like a nuclear bomb. You don't want everybody to have one because that would be too dangerous. And it's there's too many of them already out there. Imagine what this would be like, and what other countries may desire, may want. I mean,
right.
It could make the world a much more dangerous place.
That's true. Have you spoken to the ancient alien theorists about this possibility, about what's going to happen tomorrow? Have any of them shared their thoughts with you?
No, not personally. This is all so new, and most of them are spread out around the country. I did do an episode today of Ancient Aliens, which happens to be a really, really fascinating episode about the Amazon, which we haven't really discussed and explored too greatly on the show, or even, with scientists going out there, and it's quite fascinating. But I was speaking to the producer a little bit, and we're all just kind of waiting to see what it is. I have a feeling that what we've discussed on our show, a lot of people are going to realize that we were right for a heck of a long time. Maybe we missed the mark a couple of times, but man, we're more often right than wrong. That's for sure.
Absolutely. You and I are being heard on WABC in New York, KDKA in Pittsburgh, WCCO Minneapolis, and in Chicago on WGN. You and I are talking to Robert Clotworthy. He is the narrator, the voice of Ancient Aliens. I have to ask you in a very hammy broadcast way, could you please say, is it possible? Could you please say that?
Yeah, you have to get close to the mic to do it. Is it possible? Could it be? Ancient astronaut theorists say yes.
It's the most incredible voice. When this material comes out, are you going to, do you believe your producers are going to do a crash broadcast, that they're going to get something on the air right away?
I can't imagine that they wouldn't.
Right.
If something like this, let's say it comes even close to what we're talking about, it's one of those things where you have to break into whatever show is on the air and start talking about it. So I would imagine so. And I would love to be a fly on the wall if all the theorists get together, all the people that have been on the show, all the people that are in the know get together and discuss this. This would be an amazing roundtable. So yeah, I look at this as fascinating, but it's also job security. I can't imagine how we're not going to have decades of shows just about this, and each one would be fascinating and new. So yeah, this is great.
That will be a hell of a Zoom call.
Wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
I'll see if I can get you on there.
Would you see that, and would you let me know if it's going to happen? Because I'll publicize the heck out of it. We will cover it. We'll be all over it, and it'd be an honor to be on that Zoom call. You bet.
Yeah.
Of course, I'll have to do hair and makeup. But other than that, Robert Clotworthy, our great friend on the other side of midnight, the voice of Ancient Aliens on the History Channel, which is on Friday nights. The new one's on Friday nights. What time does that go on?
Oh my goodness! I think it's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Pacific and Eastern time.
Yeah, listen to us. How terrible are we?
All I know, it streams. It's on all the time. It seems like it's never not on the air.
It's always on the air, and the good stuff is always on the air. You're always on the air. Robert Clotworthy, the friend of The Other Side of Midnight with Walter Sterling on the Red Apple Audio Networks. Thank you very much, Robert. Great weekend, big news weekend. Look forward to you breaking into regular programming any minute now.
Yeah, and can't wait to discuss this with you next week. Thank you, Walter.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks a lot. Robert Clotworthy, 33 past the hour, 34 past the hour with Walter Sterling.
Roger Stone here. Every day you wait, your money loses value, but gold and silver don't follow those same rules. American Sovereign Bullion gives you access to a nationwide wholesaler network, helping you secure aggressive pricing on real physical metals. Call 844-272-2428 now to get your free gold and silver guide to learn how to protect your wealth with physical gold and silver, delivered right to your door or with a gold IRA. Visit asbgold.com. That's asbgold.com for your free gold and silver guide today.